She Said, He Said is sponsored by Times Media Company and Lee Enterprises. Our show is recorded each week at Creative Space Place Studios in Hobart, Indiana.
You're listening to She Said, He Said with Karen and Jerry Davidge, a potpourri of everything that has to do with relationships and the baggage that comes with it, because there's a lot to unpack. Welcome to She Said, He Said with Karen and Jerry Davidge.
I'm Jerry. She's Karen.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're back.
It's been a
Welcome.
while.
It has been a minute.
We've had things going on. We'll explain them to you later.
Yeah, we really have.
But do we look younger?
Do we? Do we look a little, fresher?
Maybe.
Did we have a little zhuzh done? Do you notice?
Maybe it's the sun. Maybe it's
the Jesus
season.
lighting, as
maybe
Jay
that's
says.
Exactly right.
Yeah, you can never
Either way.
miss Jesus lighting.
The reason is, though, we just visited Med Spa.
Med Spa.
In Munster, Indiana, for a column I'm working on, and we were curious of the services offered and why people go and how they look after they go.
Yeah.
And how many people are doing this. We are amazed. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. And it's rising. And there's med spas popping up all across the region, all across the country. And I got this card, and Dr. Gus Galante is so kind to us.
Oh, very, very nice.
I contacted him months ago. And I finally got around to doing this story, doing this column, and also mentioning it on the podcast today because it's just so popular.
It is.
People are loving this stuff. Look, I didn't know half of these things till we went there. Inject it. You get a Botox, right? Mm-hmm. You could have acid dermal fillers. You're familiar with that?
Getting there.
Yeah. Sculptra.
Sculptra.
Right?
Yeah.
Peel it. You got medical grade peels.
Yes.
Right? Gem peel systems. Cool sculpting. You're familiar
I've heard
with
of
that?
cool sculpting, right?
So we've heard of a lot of these, but we didn't know anything about it. Body
Yes.
contouring packages, sculpted. I mean, the list goes on.
The way they have their menu, it's inject it,
yes.
peel it, sculpt it, tighten it, laser it, treat it, and finish it. They have everything you could ever want, non-surgical. Okay, so that's the big thing. So you're not going to get rhinoplasty, but you can get your skin to look a lot better, and your body to look a lot better. And
as you can tell, we did not do any of these things.
That's the joke. No, we didn't have anything done. So if you thought we had something done, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. We didn't have.
Need some liposuction
We need
right here. That's
a
what we need.
lot of stuff.
And some side
we
thing
need
here,
where do we begin?
Yeah,
where do we begin?
We got a list. We need all these
But
things.
walking into the place, it's beautiful. It's very zen-like.
Yeah.
Gorgeous music.
Get some melon water, cucumber water
Yes,
when you walk
and
in.
the
It's
staff
soothing.
there could not have been more welcoming and friendly and beautiful.
Yeah, of course. Everybody looked really good.
Everyone, yes, of course. You want them to look good. You don't want to go into a med spa and the staff looking like Death Wormed over.
Yeah, welcome to Med Spa. What do you want? What do you want done? You got a chem peel?
You need a lot of work
here.
done, Toots.
Have a
No,
drink, have
it's
a
not like,
Schlitz.
yeah.
Forget the
Who
cucumber
says
water.
Schlitz? Oh, it's got an old Milwaukee back there too, and a Pabst. And anyway, but no, it's not like
Wasn't
that at
like
all.
that, no. It was a good
It was
vibe.
very welcoming and very beautiful. And they also have products there for sale you can use at home. So it's a very friendly and lovely environment.
It's light. It's well lit.
It is.
We walked out of there like maybe an hour afterward, but we felt we aged like we gained a week of our life, right?
We did.
Yeah, we felt about a week younger.
We
even
did.
though
We
were
really
there
did.
for an
We felt
hour.
a little
We
lighter,
just felt lighter,
a little
and
younger,
better. Had nothing
a little
really
fresher,
done, but it was,
and we highly recommend this place. I believe they're new to the area.
Yeah, I think a year or so. Coming up on a year. They've been in Munster, right next to, like behind El Salto, right on Calumet Avenue in Munster. You can look it up. It's Gem Med Spa. I'll be writing about it in my next column. And also we're going to talk about why it's such a big business, not only here, but across, of course, the world.
Because everybody wants to look
Because
good.
we're obsessed with youth and
Yes,
looks.
they want to fight aging.
Image, no matter what costs.
Yes.
And what options you have, it doesn't matter. You just we'll grab to anything. And I
It
find
is.
that aspect fascinating of our culture.
And, people are living longer, so they want to look good.
Yeah, if you have a life expectancy of 72, which it is currently,
It
versus,
is
versus
72?
like, give or take.
That was older than
Could be lesser for COVID times, but either way, yeah. I mean, of course, when you're dying and you're 42, who cared? But
it's a much different.
73.
It's just a different generation. Women in their 50s, look a lot better now than women in their 50s 30 years
they're
ago.
trying to anyway. And we saw a
they're
lot of these
trying
women
to.
when we were there, too, walking in and hoping for the
Yeah,
best.
they look
and
gorgeous.
Just check things off the list. There's also locations in Orland Park and Elmhurst and, of course, in Munster. But they even have a lash lift for $70 if you're looking for prices, by the way, because we're always curious. If you see any menu for
you want to know how much this is going to cost.
Just give me an idea.
And I'm going to tell you something.
What?
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
This is, this isn't your run of the mill,
fly-by-night kind
No,
of
it isn't.
pops up.
It's an investment in yourself.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
And yourself is priceless. Okay. And it's worth every
a
penny.
commercial we're not trying to do, but there's the commercial.
No, but there it is.
Right
Okay.
yeah.
Hair
So
removal.
you want to look good.
Right? You will look good. And, you want it all. Like, I want a diamond glow.
But there's a line
I want an
that
O2 micro lift facial and a 24-karat gold
with these
facial.
procedures, I think, and you could just tell that they overstep.
Oh, yeah.
Whether they look something, they look distorted, they look different, they don't look more
Good.
youthful.
Yeah, they just look like they've had work
like they've
done.
attempted. And I think that's the
And
line
that's
you don't
bad.
want to cross.
No, you've seen it. Well, as
Of course we've seen people
as
like
people
that.
who listen to our show know that I am a fan of the Real Housewives, and
How many of them have these?
All of them
All
have
these
them.
procedures.
All of them have them, and some have gone way.
And you could just tell, and it looks comical.
Yes,
it looks
they do. They
clownish.
do
It looks
look
clownish or comical.
like a cartoon, and we don't want that. No. Oh, sorry. I keep hitting the chair. We don't want that at all. We want to look fresh. We want to look young. We just don't want to look tired and haggard, how we usually look.
We do.
But anyway, it's there for you to visit.
And look for my column. You can find it at nwi.com. It'll have the backstory of how it got there, why it's popular, and I also talk to a client or two to see exactly their experiences, how they found it, why they found it, and how they feel after their procedure.
I'm sure they feel great.
Yeah. Jim Metzba in Munster. One last thing about that. I forgot Dr. Gus Galante.
This is Dr. Gus.
This is Dr. Gus, longtime Time subscriber, and I believe a Time sponsor and advertiser as well.
Thank you.
Great guy. Thanks, Dr. Gus.
Yes. So, England has a new king.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
No, I mean that in rhetorical. People care. Obviously.
You know what? I hate to admit this, but I forgot the coronation was on.
I can't believe it. Her mom's British. She's all British about everything that goes on.
Yeah.
Princess Di, the life, the death.
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth, she watched every Crown episode out. I can't believe you forgot the coronation took
Well,
place. That's because you hate Charles. You just don't like Prince Charles.
I don't hate him. I just don't particularly like
Like
him.
Prince
But
Charles.
in my defense, we were
have a
in
defense?
Bloomington for Bobby's graduation, which we'll get to in another time. But no, I was.
Didn't even record it.
I
That's
did.
how much
I
you
forgot
care
to
about
record it, but
British monarchy.
thankfully it was rebroadcast on a lot of
Ad
stations.
nauseam, yeah.
It was all the pomp and
It was all pomp.
It was all pomp
And no circumstance.
and all puff.
At
Pomp
least
and
for
puff.
me,
That's
anyway.
what it is.
Pomp and puff.
Pomp and puff. And I don't know. I mean,
Should we talk British for this episode?
Oh, let's. That would be
I
brilliant.
don't know if we should or not.
Oh, all right.
But we can.
We can try.
Go right ahead.
Well, see, King Charles III has been crowned, and it was all just a big show, you see. And
Does it matter? I mean, does it?
I don't know. In this day and age, a lot of people are getting pushback of they don't need a monarchy. They're
take our
just
money
these
back,
puffy
please.
people that
taking our money,
But
using
you
it.
know what? The thing that so
It still matters to people.
it still matters to people, and the royal family, good or bad, they are a huge draw of tourism, which means money
I see.
to England.
I see.
Okay.
Cha-ching.
And
Comes back to
so it all comes back to that. And also the royal family, although they are very puffy, pretentious people, they do give back to
Service.
charities. And with Prince King Charles,
Come on. He's a king now.
he's a king, and
Give him
he
the
gets a
props.
lot of bad press, and a lot of it it's kind of deserved. He
Warranted,
is
yeah,
kind
right.
of a pretentious little
He's an old
snit.
sack of potatoes
He
on a
is.
throne.
He is,
And he
but-
looked it during the coronation.
Yes, he did. He's like
He just sat
he
there.
just sat there and he
It was
just
so
looked
funny.
so bored. But the thing about King Charles and if you are a royalist, as people are,
They're called royalists?
Royalist who would my mother would have been a royalist.
Oh, without
the
a doubt.
True royal
She's
family.
a royalist.
King Charles has always been one for environment,
Oh, yeah, that's
environmental
true. Okay,
causes,
okay. I've
and
heard
he was talking about polar ice caps before even Al Gore was. I mean, he was.
Wow.
he was there on trying to find alternative ways to find energy and recycling and the environment and nature. And he was doing that for 30, 40 years before anybody kind of gave a second glance to climate change.
Was that during his productive years?
Yeah, he was doing that for many, many years.
Does he have productive years now?
Well, another thing that King Charles established about 30 odd years ago was the Prince's Trust. And the Prince's Trust is a charitable organization that gives education to inner city children that they wouldn't have probably had if it wasn't for this Prince's Trust.
I learned that on The Crown, I think.
So there you go. So, I mean, he does give back. He's not just this little, guy sitting on his tuffet, I mean, he kind of is, but then he isn't. He does give back. It's not like Prince Andrew, okay? That's a whole nother, thing. Yikes, spikes. But the thing that gets me, and I'm going to tell you what gets me, and I hate this.
What gets you, Karen?
His wife.
Oh, Camilla?
Queen Camilla. She was crowned as a queen.
It.
No, she does not
She's
deserve
put up with so much for decades.
That was on
Throw
her.
her a bone.
No.
Throw her a bone.
No, I will
Give her
not.
the crown.
I will not.
Give her the crown.
No.
Who cares?
No.
Here,
no.
Take this crown of shame or crown of pride or whatever it is. Why? What's wrong with her? She was his love forever.
She was a side piece.
She was the piece. Princess Di was the side piece.
That is awful. That is
said it.
Awful.
And I mean it, because that's kind of the truth. Camilla was his true love.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Well, then who was the side piece then, if you have a true love in someone else?
She was a side piece.
I rest my case.
If you do have a mic, you should drop it. But this is my thing.
Okay, about Camilla.
When Princess Elizabeth married Philip, and then she became queen, she was Queen Elizabeth, and he was Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. He was king consort, but he was not known as King Philip. He was Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. So I just thought, and I assumed, I think a lot of other people assumed, that Camilla would be like Princess Camilla, Duchess of Tartville, something like that.
Oh, wow. Camilla the Tart. What did you call her the first time? Was it a tart?
I can't say it on the air.
Oh, yikes. I'm guessing millions of people feel this way about
I know
Camilla.
millions. I am not alone. And I know that for a fact.
Her and Chuck are happy. Let them have it.
They've been married for 20 years, which I did not realize.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They
good for them.
Give them
yeah,
that.
I guess, but
They'll be dead soon enough, and who's going to care after that? Then it goes to who, William?
It will go to William.
See, Prince
William. He's the Prince of Wales, and then it'll be
Charles will be dead soon, Camilla will die, and then things will move on.
Yeah, and I like Prince William. I really do.
Well, the monarch could be here in 50 years.
I think it will be.
No matter what. So no matter what slings and arrows and critics and everything else and hate and all that, it's still going to be here.
It's still going to be there.
It's
I think
here,
so.
It's always going to be here.
I mean, I've never known this much complaining, I guess.
Yes, they've taken a lot of criticism.
They do. Sure. I mean, it just seems more so
but
now.
It's the monarchy.
Yeah.
And
they don't really rule. That's the thing. They
will never, ever quit.
No.
As Winston said.
That's right. You keep going.
We will never quit.
It gets rough. Just keep going.
What do you do when you're driving through hell?
You keep going.
Keep driving.
That's right. If you're going through hell, you keep going.
That's what it is. So that's what the monarchy will be doing.
Yes.
We'll keep tabs on them and report back to you. Hey, what's wrong with Buzz?
Oh.
What's wrong with, that's the question you can ask anybody. You go up to anybody in the street.
What's
it's
wrong
like,
with
what's
Buzz?
the frequency, Kenneth? Instead of asking the frequency, you can say, what's wrong with Buzz?
Yeah.
Karen, what's wrong with Buzz?
Buzz is my dog. Buzz is a pug. And Buzz is 13 and a half years old.
Which is old,
He's an older pug. And about a month or so ago, he started coughing and gagging.
Like this, all day, all the time.
Think of a grown man dry heaving all day and all night.
Constantly.
And very loud. And
farting. Sometimes both at once. I love dogs. You know I do, so you must know how much I enjoy this.
Stop it. Okay. Yeah, and he's yeah, so we just thought it was this, that, and the other. I've taken him to the vet now 3 different times. And so we're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Karen's worried about Buzz's end of life.
Yes.
As most pet owners have to come to grips with at some point. We've
Yes.
all lost pets. I've lost pets, even though I'm not a big pets guy, as you may know. Karen has lost pets that were close to her. Probably none as close as Buzz, though.
No, I love Buzz.
And he's
Buzz
been
is
with
the
us.
best dog in
He
the
was
world.
grandfathered into our relationship because Karen had Buzz before she had me.
That's right.
So he's there. He's at the house. He's always been
Yeah,
a part
he's like
of us.
this old man that
He's
lives
like an
with
old
us.
man. He's gray. And
Yes.
He sits there and judges me. And he looks on a British look with me. And, what are you doing with my master?
One day
You know?
you'll
That's
live.
my own.
I'll
One day you'll
take
live.
over.
It'll be all mine. She'll be mine again.
Should be mine
See?
again.
But for now, so we want to talk about family pets and how important they are to people.
Oh, they really are.
I mean, the show's called She Said, He Said. It's about relationships and people and dynamics and families, but we forget pets.
Pets are huge.
Pets are huge.
Fur babies.
And people talk about it all the time, and sometimes I forget how important until they start talking about it, and I go, wow, I forget. I thought they were talking about a daughter or something.
Yeah.
Oh, go Susie. Susie got ill last week. She was really sick, and I felt bad. We had to take her to the hospital, that kind of stuff. And they're talking about a dog, a Chihuahua or something, and I had no idea what they're talking about.
What was the thing that you had mentioned that people will...
People will crawl over a homeless person in Chicago to pet a dog
Yeah.
in a doorwell, for instance.
That's true.
And that dynamic has always been fascinating to me, and it's accurate. And I've seen it multiple times. There's something about pets that just transcend humans in many
They
ways
are.
because they have that unconditional love, for instance. I get
Well,
that.
they do
I
have
see that.
unconditional love, and you know, they're only on this earth
A
for
short amount
about
of time. What's the average?
about 12 years.
So Buzz
Says anything
all
over
gravy
12
time.
years is really gravy. And some smaller breeds can live a lot longer. Larger breeds, usually
Buzz
it's
is a
around
smaller
10.
breed,
He's
tight.
He's
full.
a toy. He's a
girth.
pug. He's girthy.
girthy.
He's a muscular little guy. But
Looks
you
like
know,
a silverback ape. He does. He looks like a silverback little
but
ape.
it's very hard. It's very hard when you lose a pet because you grow with them and they're not me. I guess I'm trying to get my thought out. I am Buzz's world.
Yeah.
And people with a pet know that. And you know, it's that's they have a person. I am Buzz's person. And every, you know, whoever has a pet, a dog or a cat, or, you know, you have this unconditional, unspoken love, and they depend on you, and it's just, you know, it's a very neat relationship. Some people who don't have kids and they have cats or dogs, and that's their child,
that's their world,
and that's
yeah.
their world, and it's, you know, you have to come to grips, and
She's coming to grips.
I'm coming to grips.
That's my
I know
point.
that, you know, I know that after he turned 12, everything is gravy, and so his birthday will be 14 on August 4th. So we'll
Rainbow Bridge? What's it called?
A rainbow bridge. It's
Rainbow
when they
Bridge.
die, they cross into the rainbow
that
bridge.
sounds sweet. Who
It's
couldn't
in-
buy into that?
Yeah,
It's in the Bible somewhere. It's got to be. Rainbow Bridge?
maybe. I don't
Book
think
of Pets?
so. Stop.
Sorry.
But I love him, and I want to do everything I can, reasonably, to just make him comfortable. And we're trying different kind of little narcotics.
He's the luckiest little creature in all
No.
the planets.
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
He has
if
this
he
woman
could,
following
if he
him
could share a
around,
bed with us,
picking up
then
his
he would
poop
be a very lucky dog.
on a daily basis, being fed.
I'm a very good dog owner. I pick up after my dog.
He must have been a wonderful person in a previous lifetime to come back as Buzz the Pug, and she's the owner. That's my point. And maybe if you have a pet that you're so close to and you have been close, then you know exactly what Karen's feeling right now.
Yeah, it's
And just-
tough.
It's tough.
It's tough. I know that there are some pet owners that will go above and beyond to
Extend a life,
extend the life and
surgery,
whatever
it
takes,
Yes.
it takes. And then you have to think like, well, what kind of quality of life will your pet have?
But you want to keep Sparky in the family no matter what.
Well, I mean, I'm a realist. If they said that Buzz needs extensive invasive surgery, then I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. He's an old dog to begin with. Yeah. But I want him comfortable.
He's comfortable.
Not when he's gagging and coughing and
Okay,
dry
he's
heaving.
not comfortable now this week. He's not comfortable this
No,
week. Sorry
no.
about
But
that.
we're doing our best. Even Jerry, and I have to say, I thank you for your
Even
patience.
for not pet owners, people like me. Yeah, doing my best.
Because it's a lot to hear all day and into the night.
I guess so.
We turn music up loud.
Whatever drowns it out. a little
Whatever
bit.
drowns it out.
We wanted to apologize for not having an episode last week because my mother passed away.
Yes.
And it took everything out of my family and out of myself. And I was not able to function in many ways, and including for the podcast and to be here and to share that. So I will be talking about it, I'm sure, at some point, because I've already written about it. I've written a seven-column series on this whole journey that we take with my mom since September 26th.
And it resonated with a lot of your readers.
Yeah, a lot of readers got back with me. They totally understood how that feels and the dynamic. But there's a segue with this, how it feels, and just grief. I read something that really echoed with me. It's that grief is love with nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking of that because that's exactly how I feel. And if you've lost a parent, a loved one, God forbid a child, so to speak, or if you lost someone close and it just hits so hard. And I've written about this subject dozens, maybe hundreds of times in my career.
Right.
But then it happens to me, and everything is different.
It is.
Everything is just upside down, and I just can't quite, I'm walking with a limp. I'm kind of trudging through things, and it's just, it's sad, and it grips me. I like the feeling of the human dynamic that I can feel this, but it's so painful to feel it. We're apologizing for me being off a step. But I want to address it and acknowledge it because we know people who are listening or watching, reading my work, they've felt this. They've experienced exactly this.
And we want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's reached out, whether it was on Facebook or a phone call or a card
sent
or
to us,
a text, a meal,
food, all
these flowers,
condolence cards.
Absolutely, we read every one. Every one of them we were touched by.
And I didn't expect any of it. I was just been in this fog, and then out of this fog, this little beacon of kindness comes through, and it's a card or a meal or a gesture, and I go, wow, and then I'm back in the fog. But people can be so kind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so kind. So we want to thank everyone for that, and we appreciate that, and we're back. We're back with She Said, He Said. And
we're getting there.
We're getting there back,
We're back, but we're getting there.
We're getting there back, yeah.
So on our little segment of One Gesture at a Time, we are going to focus on a young couple. They are in their early 20s, both graduated from college, and they just started dating. It's a very sweet story.
And we're not going to disclose their names just to give them some privacy.
Absolutely.
But it is sweet, and I would say they're in love. They may not have acknowledged it to each other yet because we're looking from this kind of broad perspective, not their perspective, and they're not going to say, I love you yet, and maybe spoil things. Or
No, but they're taking it really slow because they both really like what they have, and they don't want to ruin it, so their dates have been very... sweet. And literally, they went walking hand in hand and got ice cream.
Yeah, right.
Or they went to see a movie that was really kind of meant for kids.
But one of the things they did is she made out a handwritten list of some date night options they could have. And we thought for She Said, He Said for the podcast is that all couples should do this.
Yes.
I know you get older and you're in a relationship for years.
You get complacent.
You get complacent, you forget about it. But just to make a list, it was the sweetest little list. Like, let's do this. Like, let's go to the gym together.
Let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing together. Let's spend some time here. Let's watch a certain movie. Like, I think one of the movies is Back to the Future.
I know. Isn't that the coolest? They're going to watch Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, which is back long before they were born.
Yeah. And they'll just laugh at all the 80s stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we thought this list is very important for couples to kind of retain
make a list now.
That spark. Make a list. If you're listening to this, watching this, you can start jotting it down. Make a list with your significant other.
Yeah.
Even if it's 3 to 5 things. What do you want to do that you haven't done that you could do?
Right.
And that's what this girl did in this relationship, and we were both so touched by it. It was genuine, it was loving, it was sweet.
It was very sweet. Oh, I have an idea of a cute gesture you can do with your significant other. You each have $10. Go into a toy store and buy what you think your significant other would like.
Well, that's a good idea.
A little toy for $10. You can find it.
I would do squirt guns. I think for sure.
Yeah.
But that's because I want it. Wait, it's supposed to be for you, right?
Yeah, what do you think I would like?
Is there like a pug?
It's all about Jerry.
Is there a pug toy I can get?
I know.
That'll never go away. It'll be forever.
Right.
But either way, make a list. It's important that this couple kind of inspired us, and we want to pass that along.
Even if you don't do everything on your list, it's fun to plan.
It is. It's the list that matters. Yeah. Pulling it off, sometimes just the vessel. Talking about it is the vessel for this love affair.
Yeah.
And at whatever age, and they're just starting off in life. And
it's very sweet.
so if you're just starting off in life, of course, but if you've been together 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 30, 40 years, and we've had podcast listeners and viewers contact us. Jerry, we've been together for 35 years. We've been together 40 years. Matter of fact, one couple's going to be on this podcast maybe next week.
Yeah.
They've been together a long time, and we just think that's even more adorable.
I think so
to
too.
keep that love affair
Yeah.
so long, over decades.
To see
How do you do that?
that same
How do people do
person
that?
after 30, 40
Oh
years
my God.
and think,
every morning.
you still do it for me.
Exactly. That's hard to comprehend, actually.
Yeah.
But make a list.
Yeah. And check it twice.
That's our suggestion. From us.
Yes, to you. Now our section for Off the Eaten Path, one of my favorite sections because I love to eat.
We love to go out dining.
If you're a subscriber of the Times, which we hope you are, and you sure are if you're watching this, you will have this handy dandy huge best of the region. And one day maybe we'll be best podcast.
No, she's a dreamer, this one over here.
I am, that's right.
It comes out every year, best of the regions,
sugar.
the best businesses all across Northwest Indiana
Yeah.
and beyond. People,
It's
readers
handy.
vote for it, and it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And thanks to Jim Pellegrini at the Times for
Yes,
showing me
thank
this,
you.
giving me this, and organizing all this. It's amazing. But we browsed through this for ideas, and we thought you guys can do the same ideas for our Off the Eaten Path segment on our podcast. One of them is best Italian food in the region.
And what did...
Lucrezia.
Ooh, I think it's called Lucretia.
What did I say?
Lucrezia.
Oh, sorry. I've been there numerous times. I just
crazy.
can't pronounce it.
Yeah, there's one on Main Street in Crown Point and then Calumet Road in Chesterton.
We've been to both.
We've been to both,
Love
and
Italian
we
food.
agree. It's mwah.
Yeah.
It's really, really
How
good.
about, I've never been to second place from last year, Little Italy.
I have. I was
in
with my
Dyer.
friend Nancy. It was very nice.
That's number 2. I had no idea. So these are some suggestions you can take from yourself, from
Yes.
Times reader subscribers. How about best margarita? Second place is El Taco Real.
El Taco Real,
with
Raimundo.
in Hammond, who we love.
We
He's
do.
Sweetest guy. Just a busboy, he says. He doesn't own
Yeah,
the
yeah,
joint.
this-
Just
no,
a
yeah.
busboy. But either way.
Best pizza. Would you have guessed Langle's in Highland?
I would have. I love Lango's pizza, but I think I like second place more Aurelio's pizza.
that's good sauce.
Any Aurelio's, I eat it up. I also like Lou Malnati's, of course.
Oh,
They
well,
have
that
one
hands down.
on Indy Boulevard, and I like Flamingo in Gary since I was a kid.
If you happen to be in Valpo, Shoes Pizza is very, very good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Shoes as well.
Love
yeah.
Shoes.
I've been going to Flamingo since I was literally a kid in Gary. How about, whoops, lost the page. How about best hamburger? Mine Are Done.
Mine Are Done. I love Mine Are Done.
One of our first dates was at Mine Are Done, and we went there just for the old school.
That was my idea.
Of course.
And you had never been there.
No, it was the first. Because isn't that where you get the sherbet?
Yes.
Right.
We have to go. We have to go back.
No, we have to go back. They're
We
saying
have to
she's
go
she's
back.
inviting everybody else to this, too.
Let's go.
We have to
Big
go
field
back,
trip.
yeah. But either way, Mine Are Done was number 1. Third place, Burger House.
Oh, that's very
Those
good.
are some big
Yeah, but they are
burgers,
fancy,
gourmet.
tasty
I put
burgers.
a fried egg on top of mine. You get the little basket of fries.
Yep.
Oh, you cannot beat that.
Best hot dog.
Portillo's.
Can never go wrong.
And there's also Arnie's Doghouse in Munster, right on Calumet Avenue. I like that as well. And of course, Armand's.
Armand's. Bill
Armand's
from
is-
Armand's.
That's my favorite hot dog.
We love
without a
Bill
doubt.
from Armand's.
Bill from Armand's.
Bill is the owner, by the way. And if you see him, tell him we said hey.
Yeah, they're located, of course, right on Route 20 in Miller. I've been going there literally 50 years. Oh, it's crazy to even say that out loud. Best Polish food, which I have not really thought about. Dan's Pierogies. One
We
for number
love
1.
Dan's pierogies.
We do. We get the pierogies. We get a Polish sausage. Hold the bun. Just give me the sausage, please. I'll take the pierogi. I'll get the cheese, the potato, mix it up, right?
Yes.
We take it to a park next door, and we eat. Oh, we
Oh,
love
yeah.
Dan's pierogies.
If you ever see us, stop by, say hey.
2 places we have to go. Cavalier Inn in Hammond
Wow.
and Big Frank's Sausage in East Chicago. That just belongs in East
Cavalier Inn.
Chicago.
If anyone is listening to this, Cavalier Inn, is that anything like the Warsaw Inn? Remember the Warsaw
Yeah, it's
Inn?
got.
I love that
Warsaw Inn,
place.
and it's gone.
And it's
Warsaw
gone,
Inn is
it's gone,
That's really
you know.
off the eaten path. It's so
But,
far, it's
oh
gone.
my God. Cavalier Inn, we have to try that.
And
That
if you have a
sounds something that I would love.
It does. If you have a suggestion for us for Off the Eaten Path, let us know. We'll try it out. We'll get back with you. These are some suggestions that we've had, we've enjoyed, and obviously
Yeah, we
thousands of
love
other
trying
people enjoy them
places.
as well.
Yes, we would love it, love
All
it,
right.
love it.
Join us on Off the Eaten Path.
Please.
All right. And you-
All right. So we've come to an end of our podcast. Thanks again for listening. And please subscribe to our show.
Try to
We
grow
want
our
to try
audience.
grow our
Yeah,
show.
tell a friend,
We can't do
tell
it
a
without
family
you.
member. We would love for you and you
Wake
and
the kids, phone the neighbors.
and you to please tune in. You could listen to
Yes.
us on audio for free, whether it's Spotify, Google, Apple,
iHeart.
iHeart, all that. You could watch us visually like you're doing now on NWI.com. We would love your feedback, your responses. Just today, a woman walked past, literally our homeowner, the neighbor says, I love your podcast. Thanks for doing it, and talk more about couples. And I go, we're going to do it.
And I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that has tuned in and has listened to our show and given us feedback. We really love that.
Whether it's on social media, Facebook,
or even
Twitter,
face-to-face.
LinkedIn, face-to-face.
Yeah.
I get
Thank
emails.
you so very much. We mean it when we say it. Thank you. We totally appreciate it.
And tell your friends.
Please.
Thanks.
You've been listening to She Said, He Said with Karen and Jerry Davich, sponsored by Times Media Company and Lee Enterprises, and recorded at Creative Space in downtown Hobart. Find us at nwi.com and where you find all your podcasts.
If you enjoy our show, we hope you return with your own viewpoints about couples, relationships, and the subtle or not so subtle differences between spouses, mates, partners, and potential partners. We welcome your opinions, your experiences, and especially your love lessons.